I keep watch. You leave, you call me.
Наконец-то. Раз, два, проверка связи. Все, звук пошел. Всем привет. Сегодня мы продолжим играть в Genshin Impact. Тут сейчас задание. О, белая пыль. Хочу пойти. Так. Это... Ну. Удалить. Все. Так. Я возвращаю все свои силы изучения тайн жизни. Телепорт. Надеюсь, я его там быстро пройду. Хотя, учитывая, сколько тут он показано, что там больше 10 дней дается. Я, конечно, учесть, что там почти... Сначала в один день одно открылось, потом второй день другое. И кто-то просто берет, ждет всю неделю, допустим, потом лишь проходит, исходит. Нужно понять.
Looks like Timaeus isn't here today.
Oh, it does.
Customers? Oh, pardon me. Are you looking for Timaeus? No, just strange for him to not be around. Paimon always sees him standing here. I see. He was called away by Albedo a little while ago. I'm Sucrose, Albedo's assistant. If you have any alchemy-related queries, you could always ask me. I do my best to help. Huh? My apologies. I don't get out too often. I'm usually in the laboratory, where if you need any help, just call my name. If not, I'll be reading a book. Thanks. No worries. We're all clued up on the basics of alchemy, aren't we? Hey, aren't you the legendary traveler? The one who repelled Storm Terror? I've heard so many stories about you. Always wanted an opportunity. What?
Да,
Sorry.
Я тоже знаю, когда говорят изучить.
What am I saying? Still, you'd definitely be able to help Albedo. It is you. There's that name again, Albedo. Is he also an alchemist in Mondstadt? Apologies, I never introduced him. Albedo is the Knights of Favonia's chief alchemist. He's all. But Paimon's only ever seen Timaeus teaching alchemy, so that means. Yes, he's dedicated himself to investigating the truth of this world, and has made many an important breakthrough. We often get alchemists coming to Mondstadt from all over Teyvat, seeking his help. They say that the subtlest of guidance from Mr. Albedo helps him to solve. Wow! Paimon didn't know he was such. Still, it seems that he's encountered a problem in his research recently. Every time I see him, he has a concerned look on his face. I'm sure that Albedo would love to hear about your incredible exploits. I know it would bring him lots of new inspiration. Albedo is a true gentleman. He'll be sure to pay you back in equal measure for helping him out. Paimon doesn't need any help in that department. But if Albedo wants to pay Paimon back for helping him, a few more of my cents.
Albedo and Tamaeus will be conducting research in the mountains right now. I'd love to take you both to see him, but somebody has to attend to the store. I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look for him by yourselves. Look out for a refined gentleman with the presence of a true scholar. And... sorry. That's the best I can do. You'll have to do your best.
Hey, stop worrying.
Иди сюда, не знаю куда, никто не знает, что люблю такое задание. Не, ну как раз первый вариант пройти знаю.
Less nervous when she gets talking about alchemy and research, huh? Is that...
Так, Так, я лиру куплю пока. Ничего ясно, полезно.
Anyway, let's go and look for Albedo.
Каких-то полкилометра бежать. Ой, я аж подавился. Ну, я думал, там пошли на самую вершину лезть. Так, у меня же там какие-то задания уже повыполнены. Игре, там мне осталось вроде бы приготовить кабанчика. Только не знаю где, там, как. Вот где я его достал. 5.
Sister Rosaria! So here you are! Choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important...
But this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that...
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
I mean...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find it the...
What do you...
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's
Huh? Well,
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people. Don't fret, nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
you're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Seems like that sister's an expert in making people...
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
We'd better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain. Or a trickster at best.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where. And you...
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering so quiet?
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... the honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Well then, given your status, I won't press you on your reason. Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
What? Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the authority?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant. I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to and...
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
О. Я пошутил же. А, прикольно сделали. Так, кстати. Дайте я согреюсь. Так, что по карте? А, блин, я думал, можно сразу будет наверху, чтобы взять и подняться. Сейчас я на стенку установлю. Чё, по жизни? Тут как-то, по-моему, изменилось что-то.
Another test subject.
Smell of treasure. Strange.
I got carried away. Picked the wrong test subject.
Ай. Ну и ладно. Так, сейчас. Если не ну, раньше времени, то согреюсь. Ладно, без проблем. Раз.
Let the show begin.
Три. Так. 4. 2, 3. 2, 3.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Это мне слишком легко просто. Стоять. А если я вот так делаю? Да, работает.
Ooh, will we find any firework materials in here?
Черт. Экстренные просыпать при необходимости.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example? Think you can bully me? Let's dance.
Ой, текст добавили. Там да идёшь, что там заколебёшь чужое. Стоять. Так, хил. Да, по хилу у меня нема, правда. Давай 2 штучки съем.
Let the show begin.
На.
I taste blood.
Да слезь ты. Да идёшь ты, да. Я и хоть получился, походу. Всё, -1. Эй, тяжело такой. Ой, я сейчас за него.
Time for a light show.
Ай. Даешь, не дошла, она заклепёшь ты. Успокойся. Я еще тот. Ты же сам сказал, значит не согласен. Даешь, ты дашь.
Think you can bully me?
Let's end this quickly.
Не достал со мной. Кому? Мон.
Feel the split! Shake it and stir! Let's dance!
Жёчешь, мой?
Let's end this. This is bad.
Time for a light show!
Наконец-то.
This is it.
Ooh, will we find any firework materials in here?
Так, что я тебя приготовить могу? Да, могу. Еще как могу. Так, готовлю сразу. Ну, сделай еще чуть почише, пожалуйста. Пшеница. На чай куда-то хватит. Шишка, да?
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized. Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Potential paintings everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilichurls? Isn't he in Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them. Enough talk! Let's take them out of the picture first!
Идёшь ты, дождь, сама духи. Идёшь ты, дождь, как же я не люблю эти пугины. Всё, блин, даже не дали.
Who are you? Why did you alarm? Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished.
What's up with painting hilly churls? What makes them so interesting?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
Wow! Look at the detail! But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hilly trails anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
Hold your horses. Something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? What a...
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have... But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking...
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt. I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world, correct? Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously. Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin?
Whoa. You want to start with...
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be, for example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
Да, прикольно.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results. It's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against. That's where I need your assistance.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world.
О, привет.
But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
It's possible. But I will do everything in my control to ensure your safety. Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going. There's research to do.
Подобный классик.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute...
Так, Сейчас гляну, лучше можно выходить?
I'm hungry. Let's hunt.
Слежение. А нет, только один там. Хочу что-то защитить. Да, прикольная вещичка. Она масштабнуть поехал.
Who are you? Why did you think the gods had already completed my painting? Would have been a shame.
What's up with painting?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
Wow.
You can find these, but take a look at this.
Hold your horses. We found your man. I'm headed back.
What?
So, Sister Rosaria, but back to the point.
We met a girl.
I see. Then, if I'm not... I've heard a bit of everything. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one Excellent. If I could procure your assistance... forget...
Whoa.
For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, it's like you.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it...
I beg to differ. But you're not from the known world. By observing...
shall we just get out of here? This sounds...
It's possible. Time for a change of...
Я сейчас сдохну, я отвечаю.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
Да. Крайси подхилить заодно. Поклониться, пока есть возможность. Так, всё. Раз. Я ничего не сделал, сам. Планирую вот эти ивентовые, я как учить не собираюсь. Тут ничего пока не вижу. Кажется, мне интересно.
Paimon has a question. After the seed sprouts...
I don't know. But I feel the importance will lie in the method. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible.
No! Paimon's got a brain! But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. I suppose it's... The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see any... How you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. I've got a few questions. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of that nature.
Четвертый желудок, а у некоторых есть у людей в этом не 3? Не понимаю.
Fascinating. And this floating child is...
What a stupid question! Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon!
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you.
Поймал на удочку, конечно, это правда, но... Ладно.
Oh, that rules out that possibility. I want, but that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springfield to flow backwards.
Сейчас, погодите минутку. Так, дайте 5 минут.
No, that definitely...
Hey! How would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in her research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the answers.
Знаешь, так долго?
Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them, using whatever method comes most naturally to you.
У меня это способ просто взять и электро убить. Ну, использовать.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just a simple exercise. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
Окей, не дымеет кто.
Slimes! Slimes are fine!
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
Ура! Я думал, бабушку здесь. Кого? Там маленькая такая была, если еще. Ну, побольше хотя бы будет. Кыса. Козлы. Надо сделать тише и сядь на свою кровать. Ой, я ж попросил. Или ты на зарядке? Ты на зарядке или как? Сядь, пожалуйста, в свою кровать, тут слишком громко. У тебя играет звук. Спасибо. Так, стоять, я думаю, это всего один заход. Можешь чуть почише еще сделать? Спасибо. Куда пошел? Да. Чудес. Ну, класс, это не тратится. Hold.
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
Internal flow? How do you test that?
Вскрыть. Я отвечаю, вскрыть. Хороший метод.
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power. If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
terrifying.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
Краткое, да? Домогание всего лишь.
And in the abnormal course of events?
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not to worry.
Как-то я не уверен, я тоже.
Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it with this test. Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad sign. Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. We'll need to find it. It's a type of ore known as star silver, but unfortunately not all of it is suitable. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on the way. I'll point out any likely contenders. All going to plan, we should be able to begin concocting the potion when we get to the campsite.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems like there's a silver lining. Let's keep our eyes open.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes. This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Конечно, не прыгнуть, но... Кстати, как ты... да. Я пробегу чуть-чуть. Не, 73. Просто можно было. Ладно, это я виноват. Топлю как обычно.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime?
I wouldn't call them results. Inferences, and a few daring guesses, perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes. Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental. Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of a cryoregisvine or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the... In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This travel... If it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world...
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update...
Great. I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll... In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Да и ладно. Да. А, вот. Смотрите, использовать.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What happened to him?
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, but if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is complete, there won't be any...
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. Perhaps it's just scholarly self-assurance, and it certainly speeds things up. In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from anyone else in this world. Nothing peculiar.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the undesirable variety. The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you. People are the same, they can understand, empathize, encourage, and when you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, you can ask people who've made the same mistake but a peculiar person. They don't have much recourse for example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine, or an Eye of the Storm. Have I explained it clearly? To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your element... Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. You gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot. Having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me. But starting with the premise of an elemental life form? Now that was...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract the results.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up. What Paimon meant to say was... That's the spirit?
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to... If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Конечно. Ну да, подумаешь, чуть-чуть сорвемся. Вообще чуточку. Ага. По-моему, там просто Y и пауза загрузим. Ага, прикольно.
Here comes Albedo! Let's go see him!
Опыт второй, поговорить с Альбедо. Го, поболтаем.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes. You'd be hard-pressed to find an everyday use for them.
Да.
Well, on with the research. There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the... But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone. So, leaving elements to one side. Do you possess any... unique ability? I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. You shan't be required. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
Cool.
That was your best effort?
What's with the disappointment? Isn't that, like, impossible?
Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking, as such. Rather, channeling your power into the... I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. I suppose I have a curiosity for things that others find surprising. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just...
Cooking? Paimon was looking forward to more
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting with and highly nutritious.
Paimon bets you're just hungry. That does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good.
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results. If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsels.
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem.
Ставишь
Paimon's gonna channel elemental power into the food. Maybe try the willpower thing again.
А, у меня уже
Where does he
приготовлено
get
все.
these ideas from anyway?
Сейчас просто болтает.
Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
Не мы, а я готовлю. Чапок, как банк тушенки. Закрытый.
I smell rabbit.
That was fast. Looking forward to tasting...
Папа, что приготовил? Понятно. Солнечная рыба. Угу. Рыбу, по-моему, можно купить сейчас, вернее. Вот здесь можно, если я не ошибаюсь. То ли у торговца, то ли у этого, который приправами продает. Ну, не у торговца, а у повара. Опа, рыбку. Так, стоять вот эту ступу. Сил даже готовить не надо. Чашечку. Вот. Готовить. Так, что тут будет? Солнечная рыба. Щит. То, что надо прям. Ой.
That was fast.
Отдать.
An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours. Unless... could it be that the natural laws of this world are limiting your unique abilities?
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than adding herbs and spices, you know.
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need to feel disheartened. And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong. But anyway.
Hey! You were being nice a second ago! But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you.
Не, я бы также хотел, чтобы кто-нибудь еду готовил. Все делал то, что я хочу. Я так буду, я тебя прощаю. Я также хотел.
And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right?
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. Anyway, moving on to the next experiment. There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge at the best of times. A while ago, I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract.
Paimon's barely finished eating, and you want us to go gathering again?
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. Though finding them would save me the hassle. If you had, say, a superpower, like night vision or vibratory sensing, lost property would be a thing of the past. I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah! You could use elemental sight.
Он только виски сейчас еще спросит. Пошли. Пошли их ты.
This must be electrohypostasis powder. The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo elemental energy, right?
Goodness, you managed to find them. I'm wondering, this elemental sight.
Yep. Guess it does sort of count as a...
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit.
You mean, we failed?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain elemental traces. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning. In essence, the differences between humans are reflected in our intellectual and physical capabilities. But looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jump from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, so what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into a million fragments? Then could you see her? Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with an experiment. I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please, follow me.
Still in one piece. Good thing the vial's so strong.
Лезть на гору не буду. Ой, извиняюсь. Спасибо. Пойдешь, ты Сделайте, пожалуйста.
You want us to jump?
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is.
Не знаю, ну разве что если у вас нет способа получше, лучше бы у нас было что-то, я не ничего.
Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake. I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
The opposite side of the lake. So, we're gonna be swimming?
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to us. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me... Then if you would, please, I eagerly await the results.
Wait a minute! While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Why the
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Сильно было. Проще просто взять спрыгнуть туда. Опять погреется.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite... Your reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
Me? Actually, I used alchemy. If it turns out that the natural laws of Tevat do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the otherworldly civilization you built. If the natural laws of Tevat do affect you, then I shall be able to make inferences into the kind of evolution that would occur under the absence of such effects. The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights, it would be some...
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you something interesting. I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unused gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our own. The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings... I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of all these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a Sunsetia or a sweet flower. They cease to be noteworthy.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly turtles? Because you got to see something new and interesting in the differences between them?
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring. Not...
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you?
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me, and I will remember this friendship for... Now, before we head back to the campsite, there's one more experiment. Intelligent. Follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Новые руины появились. Пока он... Ты поехали, сейчас иду.
I'm hungry. Let's hunt.
Так, все, идут. Так, это в какую сторону? В ту, да? Блин. Стаминки очень мало. Вай, куда ты? О! Походу это последнее задание. Ну, в подземелье схожу. Там кого-нибудь по заданию. Сколько еще лететь? 200 метров где-то. Это 200 метров. Что долго, вот эта проблема. Ой, стримка почти сдохла. Я далеко буду. Пожалуйста, пожалуйста, хоть. Ау. Да, приехал. А чё, у меня жить не
I
могу так?
imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities, much as we did for the physical test.
О, только не письменный.
I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your find. There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, as with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe. A tried and tested adventurer, I see. So, let's see you in action. Start wherever you like.
Ладно, сейчас, погоди. Стоять не то. Вот так. Пожратеньки. Вот так. Так, чё? Да. В смысле, еще.
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Раз. Пять.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Вон, чувак. Дай, слезь ты уже. Наконец-то, блин. Куда она улетела, эта стрела? Куда? Так, метка. Стоять, в смысле, откуда? Ну, я сюда. Нет, тут здесь. Стоять, это океан, все, сообразил я. Я забыл, что мы уже тут пришли, там другой город идет. И тут между горой и этим городом ну, крейсер выше. Какой-то назвать. Ай. Ай. Ну вот. Стал я считай, чувак, куда. Ну, приду я вот так, ладно, допустим. Пришел я. Что и куда дальше топать? Вот сделайте, пожалуйста. А, все. Бежали. Понятно. Сейчас сдохну за струнки. Блин, не хотел прыгнуть. Давай, я сейчас замерзну уже. Ты дятел, забирайся давай. Блэд, полный блэд. Раз, два. Быстро хилка. Да я же в сторону сделал, а наверное, это где сидит. Двойка. Есть. Давай-ка, можно я внимание обращать не буду просто? Пока что. Пусть идет со мной. Давай, топай. Дальше топай. Так, где ты? Чё, Тилик? Наверх залез, да? Брейк-данс танцует, понимаю. Я бы хотел научиться танцевать так буги-уги-уги. Давай-ка. Так, ага. Всё, я отстал? Все еще после. Нет, отстал, походу. Ну-ка, справимся ли? А, я, кажется, понял, надо сразу две фиги запускать. Так вот, для чего тут вторая летает? Палет. Должно быть. Понимаю. Наконец-то.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out.
Hey, explaining things is Paimon's job.
Так, что мне вот это не нравится. Ну и ладно. Кто мой сейчас спрашивает? Я так и знал.
Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Tevat, but they've never given up their secrets. There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come, let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail after our research.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively, the little reward I can offer is too small to mention. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the results of all this break. Unless you can think of anything better to do, let's head back to the campsite.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
You didn't leave.
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger? Drinking anonymous potions? Participating? I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps you were
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into some—
No way! Paimon would have sensed it! And anyway, he didn't even use any—
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
So, what are you gonna do?
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is danger. I've investigated everything else. The only item—
But we don't even know what they—
That much is true. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. This is now then. All things considered, which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me work overtime on your account.
Overtime?
Блин, я хотел бы ее побить.
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh. Never mind her.
You're back. Good timing. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back? Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today, and it was very difficult to finish all the research in one go. But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is you're very much like a human from this world.
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken. Have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But it's the only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar, is the seed that I mentioned. But after I observed you, imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem. And is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself?
Aww.
It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty.
Paimon thought, with all our efforts, it might have bloomed forever. And it didn't even have any...
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious. A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfect. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Things feel a little heavy right now. Don't be sad. Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, it certainly doesn't hurt. Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom. I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me. In the future, if the need arises, can I solicit your help again? Well... I made a point throughout of telling him how ordinary the results were. But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike, both composed. If, one day, I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, can I rely on you to stop me?
Ой, блин, чувствую, финальная битва потом будет какая-нибудь. Так, сейчас топахнем куда-нибудь. Да?
Hey, let's go see Timaeus. Paimon has a favor to ask him. It'd be great if we could catch Sucrose and Albedo too, but they seem really busy lately, so let's not get our hopes up. Anyway, let's go see.
Ой, еще не все. Так, это вообще идеально, я думаю, все. Ой, блин, чувствую то, что он сейчас говорит. Разросся, все такое, я чувствую, так и будет. Что помогли там? 3000. Пусто. Ну, бесполезный лук. Кому бесполезный лук? Ага. О, даже звука не было.
Hey, Timaeus! Is that Albedo? Why is he leaving?
Hey, it's the Traveler and Paimon.
Hello, you two. It's been a long time.
Were you having a really serious discussion right now?
Just a regular catch-up. We meet here once in a while to go through any recent developments in our research project.
So we just missed him. Maybe we should have hollered. He didn't look in the best of moods just now, though. Was he upset about something? If so, he probably wouldn't have been in the mood.
Upset?
Yeah, he wasn't looking as usual.
Upset.
What are you looking at me?
I wonder if Timaeus' research topic is so boring that Albedo finally snapped.
Surely not. It's not that boring.
Nah. Anyway, Paimon wanted to ask you...
A favor? Well, sure. How can I help?
Well, Paimon found a bunch of super-duper sweet Sincerias in the mountains the other day. But if Paimon eats them all, then they'll all be gone. So Paimon isn't ready to finish them all yet. Paimon was thinking maybe you could make a device that you put fruits in and it turns them into juice. That way, they'll be preserved for as long as Paimon needs.
Oh, yeah, I'm afraid that sort of...
Huh? Seems pretty straightforward to Paimon.
Paimon, I'm afraid you've entered into the realm of the...
Okay.
I'm sorry. It doesn't sound like it falls within my area of expertise. I could give it a try if you really want, but I'd probably just end up giving all your precious fruits arms and legs.
Whoa, your tone is so calm.
It's
Your words are so
cute.
terrifying. You'd think I'd be used...
Well, as you know, my focus is on bioalchemy. Besides, keeping things fresh forever is just not possible. If you just wanted to modify certain properties of the fruit or their seeds, on the other hand, I'd easily be able to help with that. Alchemists usually focus in on their own research areas. Take us, for example. Timaeus, Albedo, and I all have very different research foci. Paimon, your idea is very imaginative, but it's beyond Timaeus' and my ability. I don't think even Albedo can make such an incredible device. After all, alchemy is not mechanics. There is a big difference between the two.
Huh? Well, excuse Paimon for over...
In fact, before Albedo showed up, everyone in Mondstadt thought alchemy was useless. Of course, we know better now. But even then, I have to admit, alchemy is only one of the many wondrous arts in the world. It's certainly not some kind of all-powerful magic that can simply take a substance and preserve it indefinitely. Sorry. That wasn't meant as a criticism against you personally.
Paimon just wanted some fruit juice. What's wrong with...
Of course, these are just Timaeus' and my subjective opinions on the matter. If you're really intent on pursuing this wondrous device, you can try your luck asking Albedo. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. If he has no idea how to make one either, you'll have to give up on the idea.
He doesn't seem to be in a good mood today, though.
He won't. Albedo is not that kind of person.
Hey, so where is Albedo heading to anyway?
Unless he specifically says otherwise, Dragonspine is where he
What?
usually goes.
What?
He seems particularly fond of that place. And somehow, the cold doesn't seem to bother him at all.
Можешь тише говорить, малой? А? Почему?
Then let's go to Dragonspine to find him. Come on, there's no time to lose.
Смешная прошлое. Так, что? Нет, еще не получил. Ежедневки. Так, что можешь поинтересоваться сразу? Понимаю. Очень хочу, но не могу. Сразу я ежедневки выполню. А, кстати, те, кто видел ивент, знает, на чё он закончился. Ну, короче, там я перед этим стримом заходил, Fortnite глянул. Короче, там, как сказать, теперь персонаж на броне плывет. И картинка ближе к персу стала. Можно говорить, а затем превращать все это в контракты. Нарушать с одним из них. Ясно будет. Так, тут новости, конечно, хуже не заплачу, к тому же. Не хочу туда-сюда бегать сейчас. Нет, ну да, конечно, ничего не случилось, он же один там должен быть. Так. Тут это ладно.
Another test subject.
Time for a light show!
Freeze! Fry! Fry! Fry!
Пойдал, ребят.
So
Ты больный?
The hunter becomes the hunted.
Pew pew! Ink! The fuse is lit!
The hunter becomes the hunted.
Что вообще отступление? Ты как история чисто рассказывал. Ну, мне нравится. Вот главное, отправила, не знала где, когда, что с ним случилось. Прихожу, а он уже знает, что я должен был к нему идти. Да. После этого А вот у меня вопрос, если они следили, то почему меня странным так назвали? Я же видели же, что я разобрался. Еще что-то подозревали. Пипец логика. Ваша помощь, ребята, если вы хотите увидеть. А я могу туда смотреться? Не? Что-то. Пока ты туда минутку. Знаешь, проблему, я вообще забыл.
Have you ever kept goldfish as pets? They're very cute. Up and away.
Правда? Кажется, пипец. Все, можешь не озвучить? Это даже не буду. Стоять, 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 стоять. Эй, ёпта, даже не надо. Стоять, стоять, сил.
Let the show begin.
Камон.
Can't breathe.
Офигели. Блин, бросай. Сваливаю. Ой-ой, нога чешется. Кажется, что убив их. Он черный огонь. Малой. Мог просто подойти и сказать, что не выйдешь. Сейчас. Ты ж старый пень долго собирается. Что сделаешь?
I'll protect us.
That tingle?
Казалось, что там казалось. Казалось, что там
You're open. Another test.
Ладно.
Come and get you.
Time for a light show.
Прикольно, сколько лута. Ля-ля-ля-ля-ля-ля-ля-ля-ля-ля. Всё? Привет. Ай. Ай. Тебя уже отгоняет. Вот катала, трогать не надо. Он может упустить. Да ладно, я его глажу. Если не боишься за свое здоровье, то ладно.
Let the show begin.
Let's get down to business.
А, мелководье, да. Да. Лишь бы лайк поставили. Так, сейчас сразу стенку. Так, кстати, сколько до конца? 9 дней. Собственно, раз кручу этот баннер, больше не пусто. Лица, что? Следующий чем? Что будет клево. Ой, не люблю этих стражей. А, он один, тогда нормально.
Fire hazard! A festive reprise!
Так, стоять. Какой к черту шаг хаоса? Так хорошо. Так хорошо. Что? Что, все, серьезно? Легкотня. Ладно. Чё? Так, куда? По-моему... Так, ну-ка сразу гляну по заданию. Так, для начала. Вот это собач. Так, ну первый пофигу. Так, это...
I keep watch. Leave. You call me.
Ой. А сейчас маншат там такой. Ой. Так, кажется, я огромный спойлер сейчас ловил в ТикТоке. Люблю ТикТок за это, конечно. Ну и ладно, не очень-то и хотелось. Надо гадать, что там будет. Воскрешение надо поувидеть. А, что там за первый нравится? Пришел.
Add Astra. Thank you for coming. Add Astra Abbott.
А. Хуя. Ага. Понятно.
Add Astra Abyss.
Отправить. Так, ну-ка, давай-ка. Ты где? Эту девку. Потом наушницу. Сюда. Компас ловил, походу.
This looks lively. What's the occasion?
Hey, Traveler and Paimon. Fancy meeting you all the way out here.
Amber? Cyrus? Halleck? What's everyone doing at Dragonspine? Don't you mind the...
Oh? The Traveler is joining us too! Oh, crap!
I agree. I feel much better with the Traveler joining us. Definitely the kind of person you want to have around in a tight spot.
Oh, right! Paimon remembers most of these people are from the Adventurers Guild.
The Adventurers Guild is holding winter training on Dragons. As you know, our members have varying levels of adventure experience. Dragonspine is an excellent place for budding adventurers to challenge themselves and improve. But it's dangerous to go alone. So, we made a plan for senior members to pair up with junior members. This way, everyone can experience training on Dragonspine together under safe and controlled... Now, every adventurer can progress together. I've been working on this grand plan for half a year now, and it's finally coming... Hey! You are an outstanding adventurer. Surely you must be willing to join us and help out.
Is the Adventurers Guild short on experience?
Well, that's part of it. The other reason is, when I was patrolling the perimeter of Dragonspine, I found a lost kid named Joel. I heard he lives here on the camp, so I escorted him back. I know. Joel's father went... I totally sympathize with how much Joel misses his family. Dragonspine is so bleak and deserted. It must have been so lonely for him here.
Aww.
Anyway, I wanted to do something to cheer Joel up, so I said I'd build a snowman with him. It's something he enjoys doing. It also gives me a chance to stay here for a while and help Cyrus out. Aw, let's go meet up with Joel then. Oh, I invited another friend of mine to join too. She should be here any second. Hey, Cyrus, we've got to take...
No problem. Go ahead. I still have some final checks to make. So,
ну все, значит, оно и есть. Стоп, а тут что? Тут далеко топать. Тут впритык прям. Хулям. Пах. Приготовители и на прогиб. 3, 2, 1. На, чем пол. Меньше промахнулся.
Hey, Joel, we're here! Everyone! I'm so happy right now! Are you here to build a snowman too?
Build a snowman?
Опа-на! О, ай.
Oh, sorry. This is Eula, the Spindrift Knight and captain of the Knights of Favonius Reconnaissance Company.
Amber, you're being far too formal. The child is never going to remember. Please, just call me Eula.
Okay, Auntie Eula. You can call me Joel.
Auntie... You...
Uh-oh. Eula's gonna add that to her long list of scores to settle.
All right. If that's what you want to call me, go right ahead.
Eula just let something go.
Amber, what's this I hear about a snowman? I came to assist because you told me the Adventurers Guild was short-handed.
Yeah, that's something else. But look, Joel's at the age where he should be having fun, and there's nothing to play with on Dragonspine. He used to build snowmen with his dad, and since his dad's not around, we're keeping him company and... Besides, Eula, it's gotta be more fun than taking an ice bath all by yourself. Let's combine our forces and build ourselves a huge snowman. It'll be...
Yep. Count Paimon in too.
Auntie Eula, are you too busy? If so, it's okay. I understand.
No, nothing like that. My mind was on something else, that's all. Building a snowman with Joel, are we?
Then let's get started. First, we need to split up into... Joel and I will be on one team. You and you look... Hey, Joel, see that huge tree over there? Wanna race me there?
Какое большое? Все большие.
Yeah, let's do it!
Ну, я, кажется, понял, какое оно. Или...
Wow. It's hard to tell which of them is having more fun. Hey, what's up with you two? Why are you just staring at each other without saying anything?
Well... Joel probably hasn't spent much of his life in the city. He doesn't know me. And he doesn't know what the Lawrence name means to the people in Mondstadt.
Right. That's why he calls you Auntie Eula.
True. In his eyes, I'm just another ordinary person from... It was a surprise, but not in a bad way at all. How very perceptive of you. Were you staring at me the whole time when everyone was talking? You shan't be... The truth is, I'm a little concerned that I might be quite inept at building snowmen. I have never built a snowman before. My upbringing was very strict. And after I grew up, of course, it's...
Oh, no. Paimon's starting to feel sorry for Eula.
You sound confident. Enough small talk for now. I see we have a member of the Adventurers Guild joining us.
Greetings. We have a slight problem here. We've done a head count, and it turns out that we have an odd... How it happened was, we originally asked Fischl to be an instructor, but she was busy with something outside of Mondstadt during this period. So, we found another adventurer to fill in for her, but they still haven't... Thank goodness you are...
Oh, hello. My name is Gerald. I'm a new...
In that case... Fine. But for that, you will pay.
Huh? Pay for what? Okay. I got it. I'm...
Good, good. Then everything is settled. Thank you for your help, Yul. If anybody else signs up later, I may have to ask for your help as well.
Why did you give the spot to Eula? Oh, okay. You're so nice. To be honest, Eula really is the best candidate for an instructor. Most people would find it hard to cope on the mountain because of the sheer cold. But now Paimon gets it. This must be the whole... We were supposed to find supplies, but now Eula's busy with other stuff, and Paimon doesn't feel like going around collecting things. How do you think...
Что искать там? Ну, сразу бы сказали. Просто... ну да, я так и думал, что они к этому дереву пойдут. Пожалуй, кристаллик соберу, конечно, энергии тратить. Ну, в смысле, меньше.
Strange. Didn't they say they were going with... Did we get here too late? Have they moved on already? Could they... Hurry! Let's go!
Куда бежать? Стоит? Да не ты мне нужен был. Косной. Да я просто скачу по приколу рядом с ним. Ладно, хорошо. Так, стоять, погодите минутку, кое-что надо глянуть. Ой, идеально в миллиметре остановился от кат-сцены.
The sound just completely stopped! How could that happen? After all the adventures we've been on, our track... Oh, guess we underestimated whatever was behind it.
I know that voice.
Hmm? Huh?
What brings you to Dragonspine?
Oh, so it was Albert.
All along.
On the way here, we kept hearing weird noises, and it felt like someone was watching us the whole time. Turns out it was just you. Honestly, you really gave us the creeps. If you're bored up here, go find something useful to do. Don't go sneaking around scaring the poop out of people.
The things you felt and heard could easily be attributed to animals, or bandits, perhaps. You should be wary at all times. So, what business brought you here?
We actually came to look for you, but then it turned into looking for Amber, but now we've met you, so we're back to that again.
Your thought process is rather chaotic.
Hey! How dare you! All Paimon's trying to say is that we can't...
Oh, is that... Then it must surely be something of great importance. I'm all ears.
He seems to be in a better mood than we thought, right? Does that mean Timaeus' stupidity doesn't really get to him after all? Huh. Okay,
That's okay if you can't tell me about it. Just treat this as an opportunity to stroll on the mountain and enjoy the view.
So basically, the truth is we're here on adventurer duty.
Ah, I see. So you foisted the rookie off onto Eula so that you...
We're not goofing around! And Eula was the right person for the job! We were just being not... What about you then, huh? What are you doing on
A friend commissioned me to do some artwork recently, and I have yet to finish. I came here because it's a quiet place where I can gather my thoughts, gather inspiration, and gather some raw materials while I'm at it.
Raw materials?
Paint. Star silver can be used to make high-quality silver paint. I just ran out of my previous batch, so I'll collect...
Or it can be used to make paint?
Yes, but you have to be selective. Even with a high level of impurities, star silver still contains fine silver-colored particles, but they lack luster, which impacts the color saturation of the pigment made from them. Paint made with such pigment is generally viewed as a fake.
Interesting. So, paint aside, can you talk about how you find inspiration? Paimon wants...
You want to learn to paint?
No, not for me. For the traveler. During our travels, we sometimes have nights where there's nothing to do. It'd sure be nice to do something memorable. Painting is a great example because it can capture a moment in time. So it seems like it's definitely a worthwhile skill to have. Yep, why not? Once you mastered it, you can paint Paimon.
Not a bad idea. Well, since you two would like to learn more about painting, why don't you come with me to the campsite? I have painting materials there. You can practice while I give you some guidance.
Sounds great! Oh, she'll be fine. She is a Knight of Favonius after all. Come on, let's go! It's so cold out. Paimon wants to get to the...
А, тут бежать-то. Чё? Возвышение пытаюсь стопаться. Прошу, мы сейчас стоять. Идите в баню, мне не до вас сейчас. Что он хочет? Когда же не бегот. О, брат побывал мой.
Some things are missing.
Nothing valuable, hopefully.
It's hard to say their value, but some of my alchemy notes are missing.
Alchemy notes? Would they fetch?
To the uninitiated, they are merely scraps of paper. But for someone who knows what they're doing, the knowledge contained in those notes...
So you're saying only someone who knows alchemy would have stolen them? But the only people who come to Dragonspine are adventurers, thieves, and monsters. What use would any of them have with your notes?
I feel the same way. However, hilly trail break-ins and other such incidents are not unheard of on Dragonspine. It's difficult to draw a conclusion based so... These appear to be...
Footprints?
Опять после... Дам.
Fresh ones. Meaning our thief can't have made it far.
Let's chase him down! We can't let them get away!
From the entrance, the footprints go that way.
Oh, that thieving... thief!
Эй, куда?
The footprints lead up there.
So they scaled the cliff. Okay, after them!
Empty chest. Good for storage.
Ой, я сейчас так много энергии потрачил. Ой. Утируй. Я уж этих поглубже. Только надеюсь.
Think you can bully me?
А, там после радиуса. Не хочу. Пожалуйста, можно его обойти? Нет, нельзя. Ну ладно. Я просто убегу.
Footprints on the snow are so hard to notice. So easy to lose track completely.
That's why we have to hurry.
Go bishop down!
Не паси не дало.
I'm a rock. Let's dance.
Get back!
Дождь, блин, дождь. Поесть срочно. Так, тут же был этот, да, вот. Он сейчас опять сдохнет.
Will we find any firework materials in here?
The footprints stop here!
Here, more footprints.
They're heading to the cavern! Ooh, we got you now! Let's go in!
Wait, I have an idea. I'll go in alone. Traveler, please stay here. This cavern has 2 points of entry, and there are shortcuts inside. Judging from the state of the footprints, he hasn't been in there long. I should be able to reach the other.
Cut him off at both ends. Good.
Whoever apprehends the thief first has to notify the other party. Still, safety comes first. We do not yet know the idea.
We'll be fine.
Okay. See you shortly. Of course.
Okay.
I wonder if Albedo found the thief. This is really? Huh. Why don't we find something to do to pass the time? You know, something like... Oh! Look at all that star silver over there! Why don't we gather it up for a bit? It's right next to the cavern, so we won't be going far. If anything happens outside, we can be... Yay! Let's... Huh. This stuff looks kinda lackluster. Is that because of the impurities like Albedo was talking about? Hey, this one's not bad. Alright, this should be enough. Finally, you're back.
Yes. Sorry. I was unable to
Oh. So after all that, we still don't even know who the... Still, we won't... Yeah, for star silver. Look, it's just like you said. Some are really bright and shiny. Shh.
Star Silver. I was merely saying what was on the front of my mind. I hadn't thought you would genuinely go.
Well, you said they can be turned into paint, so we got pretty curious. Also, if it weren't for that thief, we'd be making paint by now anyway. Anyway, it's all the thief's fault for wasting.
Yes, it's... The notes mean a lot to me. I'm not quite ready to give up the search yet.
Oh, just one thing. Do you want us to bring all this ore back, or did you want to sort... There's no point in bringing the bad ones back if it'll ruin the quality of the paint.
Indeed. The sorting process is necessary. Humans are such practical creatures. They only want those things that are good. Once they have learned to distinguish between good and bad, useless things should be disposed of at the outset.
Right! Saves a lot of time that way. Efficiency first. So let's start by...
Help!
Wait! Did you guys hear that? Was that... It's likely an adventurer in danger! Okay!
Я надходил. Так, стоять. Стопай. Дайте, ты съел подругу. А, ну классно, да.
The voice was definitely coming from around here.
Is anybody there? Help me!
No way! Is that...
Is that the Traveler in Paimon? It's me, Ben!
Whoa! It's really him! Let's get him out!
So sorry to trouble you guys again. The key should be someplace nearby. Please, help me find it.
Снова. Подумай.
Time for a light show.
Опять не так способен. Смотрела.
Wow, so much clutter! Oh, we're not gonna find the key here, surely! Uh-oh, we got company!
Опа, что? Ёж трындос! По-моему, это не хилющий. Так.
Pew pew! Fire hazard! Go Bishop down!
Да, когда души нельзя звать за день.
Let's end this quickly.
Ой, валю. Так, срочно. Есть? На, яблочко.
I'll protect us.
Let's end this quickly.
Uplifted reprise! Think you can bully me?
This is bad.
Keep back! Get back!
Пипец, как мало не сможешь. О, сколько прям... Не то, не то. Так, быстрая готовка доступна. Тут. А, тут нет, значит. А, ясно. Ля, сразу полбли. Силы. Плюс. Ну, ко мне что это сразу туда приготовил. Ну, как сказать, чтобы оно мне второе дает, но не учитывается. Быстрее готовка открывать. Есть. Ну и все, пока все. Больше не использую. Клетка исчезла, появилась.
Finally, I'm out. Thank you so much.
А этот где ходит? У меня вопрос.
If only there hadn't been rocks mixed in with the snow on the tree, it wouldn't have made me all dizzy when it fell down onto my head.
Bennett? In a cage?
I won't bore you with the rest of the details. Just...
Yep! Taking them out was child's play! No need...
You did? I know they were probably just following orders. But still, thanks for help.
So what are you doing on Dragonspine? Didn't Razor want to come with you?
Did you hear about the Adventurers Guild thing? They're hosting a winter camp here. As one of their veteran adventurers, I'm here to help out the... Razor's not an adventurer. And as the leader of Benny's adventure team, as well as the only actual member, I had to come on my own. But now I've been stuck here for so long, I probably missed it. Oh, I hope Cyrus doesn't get mad at me.
Oh! Wait, so that guy Gerald? If so, sorry, Bennett, but...
What? Weren't they short on instructors? Weren't they some...
A few people from the Knights of Favonius stepped up in order to help support the event. So they ended up with more instructors than students.
Knights of Favonius? Yeah, they're definitely more reliable than me. I'm just a walking accident waiting to...
Right! Anyway, that was just the situation when we last saw them. It might have changed by now. Who knows? Maybe a whole load more Besides, after all the trouble you've gone to show up as an instructor, I'm sure Cyrus will put...
Really?
For sure. Hey, wait a second. Where'd Albedo go?
Albedo? You mean the alchemist from...
No, he just happened to be on Dragonspine. We were just with him, but then we heard you calling for help. He must have left it. Could he have gone back? Let's go back to the cab.
Мяу. Мяу-мяу, не говори. Так, сайт куда такой? No.
Still no sign of Albedo. This is weird. Where has he run off to?
This is great! Dragonspine's so fun today! There's so many people around.
This was where we heard Bennett's cry for help, right? We heard his voice and went straight over to rescue him. Then we noticed Albedo was gone.
Wait, what?
What are you talking?
Albedo? Where the...
I should be the one to ask you that. Didn't I tell you to stay at the cavern entrance?
Huh?
I'm not really following who was waiting for who and who was looking for who, but first things first. I apologize, Albedo. I don't fully understand what's going on.
No. Bennett, this is not because of you. Traveler, clear this up for me.
There you are. Stay right there. You have a lot.
What? Me?
Yes, that's what I would be doing. Albedo, I saw you taking Joel towards the wasteland at the edge of Dragonspine. That place is crawling with
Whoa, wait a second. What's going on?
When I came to stop you from leading Joel any further, your first reaction was to throw the child down and attack me. When I fought back, you quickly fled. Care to explain?
I see.
Interesting.
Eula, it sounds like you met an imposter.
Impersonating you? To what end?
It is difficult to draw a definitive conclusion for now. But these...
Your alchemy notes were stolen. Can the Traveler and Paimon testify that the three of you were together?
Yes, we can confirm that.
As things stand, I don't have any reason to harm the child. Whoever you met is likely to be both the thief who stole my notes, and also an imposter. Of course, it's entirely I was separated from the Traveler and Paimon for a significant duration while we were pursuing the thief. My word alone cannot serve as... But the Traveler and Paimon can at least testify that I was not the individual who tore up the campsite or
Albedo, do you have any enemies?
I don't have any enemies. And I'm not aware of... There is insufficient evidence to assert what happened with any certainty at this point. Given how serious the situation is, I intend to investigate it myself, even if you decide not to pursue it any further. Eula, I won't discourage your ongoing suspicion of me if you can't believe my story. Though, naturally, I would hope you can afford me some credit. Traveler, Paimon, Bennett, if you are willing, I welcome you to... If I am what this imposter wants, he will come looking for me again eventually. Things can only become clearer from that point.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, as preposterous as your claims sound. And I will choose to believe that an imposter went after Joel, and not you. I will keep Joel safe. If you need any support with the investigation, contact myself and...
You have my gratitude.
As far as Amber goes, I will...
Eula! Eula! Where are you?
Amber, we're here!
Eula! Oh, and Traveler, Paimon... Bennett, I'm glad I ran into you here. Cyrus was telling me you still hadn't shown up. He was getting worried you might have run into some trouble.
Yeah, I ran into...
Sure thing. Well, now that but before that, has some...
Between us, there have been a few minor incidents.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's all set then? Great! Shall we head back down together? I did say I'd bring Bennett back.
Sure, I'm ready to go.
Very well. Let's go.
And then there was...
Traveler, can we talk somewhere else? Let's go to my camp.
Что-то интересное. Чё? Там этот спойлер в чем был.
My camp is somewhere that we can talk openly, without reservation.
Whoa. What a mess!
Thank you.
Помогу убраться, в итоге я сам все убил, понимаешь?
I've been absorbed in my research lately and haven't attended to the dusting. It's due for a cleaning.
Тут много чего, что мне можно говориться, но я пока создать ничего не хочу. Хотим, поняли. Поговорить с Альбедо, он сам поговорил с ним.
Thank you, both. Now that everything is in order.
You look really serious right now. Is this about what happened earlier?
I remember I once told you that you must have questions, and that I would. I also said that, while I did not wish to deceive you, there were certain things. I am a synthetic human being. A human forged by human hand. The one who created me, my mother and teacher. Her name is...
A synthetic human? What the...
When the pinnacle of attainment in alchemy is combined with unimaginably vast learning...
When you say Conria, do you...
I am indeed somewhat older than my appearance might suggest. But when I came into being, Conria had already been destroyed. My master raised me and taught me everything. Like her, I am a pure alchemist. I live for academic knowledge. Nationality and identity are not what ultimately define us. Traveler, what is your general feeling toward Dragonspine? You've visited numerous times now. Rhine-daughter created two miraculous beings. One is me, and the other...
Durin? So that makes...
As sons of Rhine-daughter, Durin and I are indeed... The phenomenon of our creation defies definition within the scope of a typical human worldview. But if we may tentatively call it birth, then yes, we, by extent...
Speaking of Durin, Paimon remembers that his power was quite... special.
That's right. Because of this, whenever strange things happen on Dragonspine, it always makes me wonder. For instance, the feeling of being watched that you described.
Oh, right! Paimon, when you and the others were here just now, the Traveler gave me a look as if to say, don't say anything. Probably because it would only make you more suspicious. So, but Paimon noticed that you came out of the cavern not too long after going in. And you told us then we heard Bennett calling for help, so we went to rescue him. But strangely, you didn't come with us. And when we got back to the cavern to go find you,
So, it seems that you and my
Well, if so, it was a pretty good impression. He had you down to a T. Also, after he left...
Perhaps Durin's power drives people to madness. But that's merely crude conjecture. Whether someone is impersonating me or there is another false me... Traveler, perhaps you should return to Mondstadt if you have no further business here. The work that lies ahead will occupy me completely. I'm afraid I will be unable...
Yeah, we're Dragonspine veterans by now. If there's something really bad going on, we can't just leave you here to deal with it on your own. That wouldn't be very nice now, would it? Besides, there's no one else in Mondstadt that you can talk to about this. Sucrose and Timaeus don't know you're Yeah, don't push us away at a time like that.
All right. Thank you. You were intending to participate in that winter camp, if I recall correctly. That could serve as an In that case, please join in the activities of the Adventurers Guild as planned. And be on the lookout for any leads while you're at it. If anyone sees me...
We'll be sure to pass the info straight on to you.
Good. Then...
Okay, let's split up to look for clues. Then meet back here at this camp in a few days' time.
Sounds good to me. But please, whatever happens, put your safety...
Да, первая глава выполнена.
Let's go.
Сири. Так, сколько стрим уже идет? 2 часа 55 минут. Так, я сейчас закончил и сразу новый.